Drafting is one of the most fun and exciting ways to play any card game. Opening boosters and knowing you're limited to a single pick really makes you appreciate every card in the pack. Each week, me and Sam will open 4 packs of each core DM era set and add a single card from each pack to our collections. We will then build decks and play a best of 3 with the loser banning 1 card. The first player to reach 10 wins takes the trophy and is crowned DM champion. Join us as we return to the game's inception and draft the oldest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! In this series, Yu-Gi-Oh! Generation Draft. Welcome to the first episode of Generation Draft, made possible once again thanks to Alan over at Yugioh Deck and his pack opening simulator. This series follows the same format as a previous series on this channel, the Rush Duel 7s Draft, both of which were inspired by HardlegGaming's Chaos Draft series and take advantage of the Chaos Draft feature over on the pack simulator. So with 14 core sets released during the DM era and us opening 4 of each, we'll have 56 cards in our collections going into week 1. We will also be opening side sets each week. Start with access to 3 Dispel and 3 Remove Traps to hinder stall strategies, 3 Polymerization to help out fusion strategies, and no priority or first turn drawing to make going second not feel quite so bad. Well, without further ado, let's jump into the pack opening. Hello and welcome to the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Generation Draft DM Era. So in this series, we're going to be opening 4 packs of each Duel Monsters Era set, taking 1 card from each pack, putting those into our collection, and then building a deck out of those cards to play against Sam. So we have the Chaos Draft tick box ticked, and we have 4 of each of the Duel Monsters Era packs, which is Legend of Blue Eyes up to Flaming Eternity loaded up. So let's fire it in and see what we get. So let's flip over our first pack and see what we get. So Legend of Blue Eyes is very high end in terms of cards like Pot of Greed, like Raigeki, like Dark Hole. Some very powerful spell cards that we could have pulled, but also the low end is very low. A lot of these cards are very poor. Celtic Guardian is a super rare and yet is completely garbage, so I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing with this. I think we're just going to take the Celtic Guardian because screw it, right? Why not? Pack number 3. Oh, Man-Eater Bug. Now that would be fantastic if we were just on Legend of Blue Eyes, but we do have a lot of other cards available to us in the form of things like Old Vindictive Magician should be available, I think, during Magician's Force, and various other removal monsters. So this has still been the best card here, 100%, but not as good as it might first appear. All right, pack number 4 and last of our Blue Eyes White Dragon, Pot of Greed. Oh, it's such a strong pickup. So this card is completely bonkers. I mean, everyone knows Pot of Greed. This will be an interesting one because if Sam also pulled Pot of Greed, then he might not want to ban it if he loses. But if he didn't pull it, he might ban it to get me off of it. But then that means if he was to pull any in the future, he would then lose access to it as well. So it might be a bit tricky. But Pot of Greed, fantastic pickup. We are really happy to have that. All right, Metal Raiders. Let's see what we got. Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon is a fun super rare. I mean, everyone remembers this card from Forbidden Memories. But not too great here, unfortunately. I mean, if it wasn't for Sangan being here, we'd probably take it. I think it's probably actually the second best card in this pack. But Sangan, great pickup. All right, first pack of Pharaoh's Servant. So both of the secrets in this set are both very powerful floodgates. Getting either would be huge. Let's see what we get in pack. Oh! We were just saying about this. Imperial Order, fantastic secret rare. Really, really powerful floodgate. We don't even have to look at the rest of this. And actually looking at the rest of this, it's all garbage. So fantastic first pack. Pack 4. Ooh, okay. Mirror Wall is almost certainly the pick. Let's have another quick gander. Yes, none of these other cards are particularly good. Twin-Headed Fire Dragon has some very limited, very niche fire beatdowns. Kind of synergy, but we don't care. Mirror Wall is a really strong combat trick. We basically are probably just going to use this the one time, not pay its upkeep cost, and just send it to the graveyard. But just halving attack during damage step is really, really good. All right, pack number 3. Ooh, Dark Ruler Hardles. This is a tribute monster that might actually be worth summoning. So it negates the effects of monsters that it destroys, which means it won't trigger things like Sangan, like Recruiters, anything like that. Man-Eater Bugs, any kind of destruction effects. It completely negates all of that. So Dark Ruler Hardles, I think we are going to pick up. Pharaonic Guardian. Now, there are some really juicy cards in here. Things like Lava Golem, Ring of Destruction, some really powerful burn cards. There's also things like the Gravekeeper monsters, which are just fantastic. We get some Spies, or Necrovalleys, or Guard. If we can find things like the Pac-Man monsters, if we can find some very powerful zombie monsters can also be in here. So there's quite a lot in here. Book of Moon. So there's a lot we could get in here. Let's hope we find some of it. Pack number 1. Pyramid Turtle, Reasoning, Metamorphosis. Okay, we're going to take the Pyramid Turtle because this is the rare. This is the card that's like least likely to come up again. And we want to make sure we get an okay zombie core going. So we're going to take the Pyramid Turtle for pack 1. Pack number 2. Mirage of Nightmare. Okay, we have some Pac-Man monsters in here, but I think we have to take the Mirage of Nightmare. This card, maybe not right now, but in the future could be really, really strong. Pack number 2. Again, there's some pretty good cards in here. Non-spellcasting area can be good. Blindly Loyal Goblin is surprisingly good, but I think Sakuretsu Armor, we need more removal, and this card's just fantastic. Alright, Invasion of Chaos. Now, this is the big one. We're looking for any of the high-end boss monsters, so the Chaos Emperor Dragon, the Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning, or just Chaos Sorcerer at common. This set also has Smashing Ground at common, so just anything like that. We're just looking for any of the high-end cards, or just the Chaos Sorcerers. Let's see what we get. Oh, how do we do it? Chaos Emperor Dragon. Oh, we did a test pull before we did this, and in that test pull, we also managed to pull a Chaos Emperor Dragon. We were kind of kicking ourselves a bit because we had lost it, but now it's back. We have Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. This is fantastic. All right, last pack of IOC. Can we get anything big in the close? Maybe a Chaos Sorcerer? Nyhmnim. Okay. Stealth Bird. Again, good. I think we're taking the Chaos Sorcerer either way. But Manju is pretty decent if we ever get any kind of ritual thing going. Sea Serpent, Warrior of Darkness, again, can be really good, especially because we have the water strategy. But I think we have to take the Chaos Sorcerer. Pack number 2. Oh, Thestalos, the Firestorm Monarch. We actually really want to take the Mirage Dragon because we are painfully behind on light monsters, but we can't pass up Thestalos. We're going to take that. Then the last pack for the opening. We've really done really, really well, so getting anything here would be great, but we don't really need it. We are still kind of lacking light monsters, so maybe we prioritize something like that. Let's see what we get. Oh, but there is a light monster, but I think it's got to be Lightning Vortex, right? You don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And there it is. That is all of our pulls. So yeah, there it is. There are our pulls. We've done quite well, I feel. Pot of Greed, fantastic. We got the Sangan, we got the Horn, we've got the Megamorph, which could be useful. The Imperial Order is massive. We got the Mirror Wall, which is going to be really good, I think, for the early game, maybe not for later. Dark Ruler Hardez is really, really powerful. Mirage of Nightmare, really fantastic staple. We got some removal in Sakuretsu Armor. We got the Chaos Emperor Dragon and the 1 Chaos Sorcerer, both really good pickups. And then in the close, we managed to take the Thestalos as well as the Lightning Vortex. So I think this is a very, very powerful first draft. I think we can build a really, really strong deck out of this. And I think that depending on what Sam's built, he might have a hard time against this. So I guess we'll just fire into deck building. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is a pile of cards, but there are some interesting synergies in here. I mean, the obvious standouts is that we have the Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End, and we have Chaos Sorcerer, 2 very powerful Chaos monsters that both kind of need a light and dark engine to get going. So we've kind of just stuffed in all of the good light and darks that we have, and good is with an asterisk. So for darks, we've got Archfiend Soldier, we have Dark Blade, we have Dark Ruler Hardez, 2 copies of Ryukoki, we have Giant Orc, Regenerating Mummy, Double Coston, Sangan, and Night Assailant. Oh, and Dark Mimic level 1. Lights, on the other hand, is a bit tricky. There aren't very many good light monsters in the DM era, and we pulled even less of them. But we do have 2 copies of Ragnarok. This can be searched with Sangan, so it has some synergy there. But basically, we just want it because it's a light monster. We have the Hysteric Fairy. He's an 1800 beta, not too bad. We have Mirage Dragon, who stops battle traps, which again, not too bad. And then we have the one of Senju, who is just in here if it's a light. We cannot use this effect, regardless. Other than that, we have kind of this little zombie strategy going. We do have the Pyramid Turtle, which is a pretty good card. This card can float into zombie monsters with 2000 defense or less. So that includes both of our Ryukokis, which can be our primary target. But also, in case we don't have them left, we have Regenerating Mummy and Double Coston. This will work with as well. The rest of the deck is basically just beatdown. We just have a bunch of big attack monsters, and then the 1 big defense monster in Charcoal and Pachi. We have a couple of removal cards in Night Assailant and Man-Eater Bug. We have a tiny amount of draw power in Dark Mimic. And that's kind of the whole monster lineup. There isn't really much more to say about it. So for the spell traps, we have basically any kind of removal we can get. So we have Nobleman of Extermination to try and get rid of back row. We have Back to Square One, which can put a monster back on top of the deck, but it's got a bit of a high cost. We have Dark Core, which getting a banish a monster, but again has to discard a card, so it's a little bit risky. Lightning Vortex, as long as we're hitting at least 2 cards, we can 2 for 2 this. Probably going to be good enough to deal with Sam's board. Pot of Greed, again, this is going to be a staple going forward. We're just never going to take this out. Mirage of Nyhmnim might be a little bit wonky, but we can use it to try and get Light and Darks into the graveyard, so that'll probably be fine until we can find like an MST or something to chain with this. Megamorph can be useful. If our life points are lower, we double an attack, which can be really good. That will let us get over pretty much anything. Kibia Drachnord is bad removal, but bad removal is still good enough for this series. Threatening Roar to stop attacks. Needle Seeing destroys or face-up attack. Sakuretsu Armor destroys attacking monsters. We're definitely going to look to try and get more of this. This is actually a really, really strong and really versatile piece of removal. Blast of Chain might come up. Just give something 500 extra attack, and if Sam tries to pop it, it will just pop one of his cards, which is really good. Mirror Wall for the combat trick. We are on the Horde of Heaven, which can negate a monster summon, but we have to tribute one of our own monsters. This might come up. And then we have the Imperial Order, which again is probably going to be ban target number 1. This is a really oppressive floodgate. And if we get this out and Sam doesn't have an immediate out to it, that might just spell the end of the game. Side deck, we basically just have the Celtic Guardian Skull Servant. These are monsters that we wouldn't mind, I guess, having in case we feel like we're bricking on our big monsters that we can't just normally summon. So if we just get Chaos Emperor Dragon, Chaos Sorcerer, and a bunch of our high-level monsters, without lights and darks in the graveyard and without anything to tribute, we might feel like we're just kind of bricking a bit. So we can just try and change the numbers a bit by bringing in some normal summonable monsters that we can basically just chump block with. But yeah, that's the deck. It's definitely powerful. I feel like we definitely have a good chance of winning this game. We do have the very early Chaos strategy, which, again, I don't know how long we'll get to keep that, because if we do win, I assume Sam's going to probably start hitting them. I doubt Sam's pulled Chaos Emperor Dragon, but there is quite a high chance he could have pulled a Chaos Sorcerer. So we'll have to see how it goes. But without further ado, let's fire it into the games. I am really looking forward to this. It's one of those things where I thoroughly enjoy playing alternate formats, right? Now, obviously, this is definitely an alternate format, kind of, because we don't have access to, like, a lot of the promos. We don't have access to, like, the starter deck cards, I guess, the exclusives. So this is kind of its own thing. And obviously, the way that we're accessing the cards is also very different because we have such a limited pool across so many different sets. But I do always really enjoy this sort of thing, and I love watching other people's series on YouTube as well about this exact type of thing. So I don't know, how are you feeling about your deck? Do you think you got really good pulls this week?
I don't know how this is gonna go. I feel like are we gonna struggle to get over 2,000 defenders?
I think maybe.
Or are we just going to be like, here is a big bungus, I play a quip spell, I attack, and then we go, how do I deal with this? You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, we both...
There's a couple of power cards about, but, yeah, this... I'm worried this could be literally, it's only going to be either extreme of a really long, drawn-out game... or a very quick, well, I can't deal with that amount of attack points.
Yeah, well, it's like you were saying about power cards, right? Like, you know, DM Staples is a meme exactly because DM is where a lot of these ridiculous power cards came from, right? Like the ban lists, a lot of the time just made up of a lot of cards from this era. So if we do pull those cards, which I assume we'll have at least a couple of them going around in this game, we will, you know, they'll probably be targeted bans to begin with. But the other thing is, we've both played through, like we've progressed through the previous sets before. And that is, I feel, going to somewhat influence our decision making here because, you know, when we've played before and we've been like, oh, you know, we've got these field spells that give 500 attack to a certain attribute. And then that was actually good, like during like Magic Ruler week and during like Pharaonic Guardian week. Or not, maybe not Pharaonic Guardian week, but...
I think the field spells were still in contention for a little bit. Maybe we played them a little bit past their prime, but they were still there, like always an option.
That's the really interesting thing because we have effectively, I mean not quite right because we don't have all the promos, we don't have Lost Millennium, but we have a lot of GOAT format here. So it's like I don't expect anyone to pull out like a GOAT format level deck because we don't have a lot of access to all the cards. We have such a limited amount of the cards, but by the end of the series, I would assume we'll have kind of GOAT adjacent decks, depending on the bans and stuff. Or it could just be completely its own thing and we completely go our own way with it. But like early days, we might just be summon 1800 attacker, hope that's enough, or like you say, play 2000 defenders, hope that's enough.
Yeah, but then there's the option of like tribute monsters. So I don't know about you, I didn't get a lot of tribute monsters. So
I would be lying if I said I didn't have any.
So would I. I've got some, but I'm not going to be like, well, you know, I've got 6 monarchs ready to go, Matt.
But if you start dropping monarchs on me, then I'm going to be very disappointed in your lie.
Oh, dear.
Alright, shall we fire on him and see what we both got?
Yeah.
Alright, let's rock and roll. Ooh, what do we pick?
Oh, what a surprise.
I think we're going to go second since we don't have first turn draw.
Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta set a monster and be done with it.
Well, let's see if what you've set can deal with Hysteric Fairy. We'll just go straight to battle and attack into potentially a 2k wall. Yeah. Oh, and it gets its effect off. Okay, now, did you get a second? Double spy week 1 would suck. Oh, you have a choice to make?
No,
oh, wait, no, its effect didn't go off. Okay. Oh, sorry. Its effect looked like it was activating, and I was like, oh, it hasn't instantly resolved. Okay. We're going to see a tribute summon.
Hold on, one moment. Why didn't its effect go off? Do I not? Am I literally just... I am. Okay. I actually thought I had to.
Man, if you had pulled 2, I mean, that would be exactly a Sam thing to do, wouldn't it? Just opening 2 GK Spy week 1. You get 4 packs, just find 2 immediately. Ooh, 1900 beta.
Right, so I genuinely believe I did have access to 2, but something came up and I was like,
that's terrifying.
Well, I can't take a common spy. Like, spy's good, but you know, there are cards where you're like, well, I'm taking that.
Yeah, I fully understand. We're going to do a Humble Tea set and pass back. I'm playing them in these different columns because I'm just so used to playing like more modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I've got to worry about like mech knights and shit that affects columns. But it doesn't actually matter at all in this. 19 is kind of big.
You set a back row.
Yeah? What's your point? You should probably play around it. It's Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, Imperial Order, Royal Decree.
Alright, we're going to summon the Winged Sage Falcos.
Ooh. I think this is fine. I don't need to respond to that. Now comes the question. I think this is fine.
This is where this is so much. Oh no! How am I supposed to get over that?
You got a 2k. I've just, got a 21.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right, well.
Alright. My turn. Oh, that's a draw and a half, isn't it? Alright, let's get this going. Oh, Thestalos, the Firestorm one up.
Really bad. No!
Oh, you pulled a change of heart.
You prick!
I
literally had game if you didn't rip that card.
Well, good thing you didn't then. Okay, okay, we will go to battle phase. And I think I've probably just got to get rid of this.
I require some spell and trap cards.
No, draw more monsters. As long as it's not like a Zaborg.
So I'm actually going to leave him in attack mode, just because I don't want you to be able to get over him easier.
Okay.
I don't mind losing a little bit of life points, and then you maybe can't clear 2 monsters. You probably still can.
We're going to summon the Great Angus.
Nice.
Then we're just going to get a battle. I think we are probably going to clear... The question is, do we attack the face down? If that is like a Pac-Man monster, then I get super punished for not killing it. No, I think we're gonna go for the spy. If it is a Pac-Man monster, so be it, and we'll pass on that.
Right, that's a draw.
Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Just in case that's a Sakuretsu armor.
Okay. Right, this feels a bit icky, but it is a 2 for 2. So, needle sealing.
Oh, come on, bro.
We protect the 2400 attack.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's the right decision.
Alright, we will obviously flip summon this. Then we'll summon another card that we're quite happy with getting. The Sangan.
Oh, you...
We'll go back row. Go battle. Attack the Sangan.
Why did you have to rip the change of heart? I can't deal with this. I need spell and trap cards. Oh, come on, bro.
Unga bunga beat down. Okay, this doesn't do anything, does it?
But I mean, if you just endlessly draw monsters and your opponent just has a bigger monster, you're just there like, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to do this. I'm going to tribute the Sangan and summon
Oh,
Ryukoki.
bro. And you've got back row.
Yep. Now the question is, what do I search here? Because I don't want to give you too much information about what I have. I think we're going to take Dark Mimic level 1, the most unassuming.
What's a scenario to be in where you get to get Sangan and go, well, I don't want to show him anything too good.
Yeah.
I don't want to show him the Exiled Force, or, you know.
We're just, swinging with Estalo, see what you got. Oh, yep, Harpy Lady number 2. Then we'll swing in for 24. And pass back. Let's see if you got anything for this.
Can I technically survive, and how much does it cost to do so?
Alright, so you activate Spell Reproduction, discard 2 spells, bring back Change of Heart. Or just, the second one.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, okay.
I had a way to special summon a monster, so I could special summon and set, but then if you have a 1400, it was just over.
Yeah. I can tell you I did have a 1400. Alright, well let's go into game 2.
When you had the set monster, I had a way to deal 7,200 damage, and then I had to bank on whatever your set monster was, but you had a face down.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I can't just run into the face down.
Well, the other thing is, would you have been able to do it through needle sealing, I guess?
No, absolutely not. I was filling up my board, Matt. I was going all out.
Alright, I will set 2 back row.
Bro.
That's right, we're evolving. And then get ready for the Metal Raiders champion, 7 coloured fish. We'll pass on that.
I really missed out on all of these, bro.
You have an Insect Knight. That's bigger than a 7 coloured fish.
Yeah, I've got back row 2 this game, alright?
Yeah, but the thing is, you've probably just set a spy or a spy adjacent. Well, we don't mind committing to the board with Sangan. We'll go battle, and we will just swing in, see what you got. Ooh, he's thinking. He's thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
He's like, is it worth mirror forcing a Sangan? Ooh, okay. Well, at least Sangan gets to get him for 1,000 either way. And we'll pass the turn. Ooh, okay. Yeah, Harpy Lady is bigger than Sangan, isn't she?
Only by a little, and we can probably search something to get over. Or now you can show me something interesting.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward because of your back row, I have multiple different options here. I think I'm going to take Man-Eater Bug.
Interesting. Right, that's a little bit weird.
Well, Sangan can only search specific types of monsters, right? And I already have this in hand. So let's see if you've got anything to stop this. Ooh, how much is he paying though? You go for the full three. Okay. That's fine. Then we will pass on this since we can't attack. Okay, that's a Horus. Wait. There's no way you have 8.
No. You ain't got to worry. Don't worry. Imagine.
I don't want to imagine.
Oh, dear.
Alright, I guess, I mean, we have to just do this, right? We need a way to out a 2300 that's unaffected by spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you bitch. Oh, I was like, yeah, I got the Imperial Order. Okay. Oh, he got the Jinzo. Okay, well, fingers crossed that means you have that and not Imperial Order.
Why not?
Wait, that's 63. Okay, I'm alive. Just.
This time I drew spell and trap cards, I drew tribute monsters. Ah, life is good. Oh, just look at it. I've turned off my own wall of revealing light, but hey.
I guess I'm going to summon out Gigo. And then give him a Megamorph. Then go to battle. We will attack over Horus. Main phase 2. I think I then have to do this.
We'll okay.
Setback row pass. Sorry, it's like a final flame will finish me off at this point.
Oh, bro.
The power of Megamorph. Oh, how greedy do we want to get here? We're going to get greedy. All right. Summon Archfiend Soldier.
Bro.
Go to battle.
No.
Oh, Archfiend Soldier can't attack.
Yes.
Oh, Muka, the boy. All right, pass back. Love this card so much. That means I need Spell Trap Destruction or all. All right, let's get greedy, shall we?
Oh my god. All of your cards are bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So you've seen what? Lightning Vortex, which was a super. Pot of Greed was a rare. Imperial Order was a secret. Man-Eater was a super from LOB. Sangan's a rare. I mean, if I just look at your cards at the moment, I'm seeing a secret, super, ultra. Dust Tornado is a super?
Dust Tornado is a super, right. I've also...
Hearts and ultra.
Like, I'm sat here with, like, Muka, and I know Horus is a super, but it's not exactly, like, the best attribute monster.
You're not wrong there.
What's Megamorph as well? Is that a
Megamorph
super?
is a super, yeah.
Bruh.
Pass the turn.
Alright. Let's see if your face down can save you from Giant Orc with a Benevolent Nuzzler.
Okay. Threatening roll.
Bad times.
I can get him for 800. Oh wait, no, I don't need to get him for 800 because I have Dark Core.
Oh, I keep you a Drachnor. Okay. No, I don't want to put thingy to the top. That Jesus.
Oh.
Bro.
Yeah, this is you know, it felt a little bit one-sided.
I look at the rest of my deck and I'm like, I literally had like no outs. Like,
Do you have like any trap or spell or monster of just removal?
I have the one dust tornado.
Okay.
I could have got a spear cretin, I guess, or a night assailant. My second one would have done it. Other than that, like,
so you didn't get like a smashing ground. I mean, we'll do it.
No.
We'll play game 3 just for fun if you want. Like,
oh, bro, I genuinely was like, how does he deal with Jinzo at like big? You know, I was like,
I'm not gonna. If I didn't have exactly. All right. Again, we have the dark core, right? And we had the lightning vortex, and then obviously we also had the megamorph. So I guess I did have quite a few ways to deal with it. But like dark core is not like good removal, right? I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, but
yeah, at this
it's
stage,
like you had a Yugioh Drakmord, and I'm like, I would have taken that in a heartbeat if I saw that.
Yeah, but it's just a common, right? So it's just a chance to get it. I don't believe I have a Gravekeeper's Spy yet, so that's definitely a very good common that you have that I don't. But yeah, shall we go into a game 3?
Yeah, yes. Let's have a quick final one. See how it would have gone.
Okay, we will set the humble T and pass back.
Okay. This is an interesting situation to be in.
Okay.
It's not all equipped spells can be bangers, alright? But as far as it goes,
I have found this Sangan all 3 games pretty much in the opener. Right, let's take something you won't be expecting. I'm going to take Senju.
What? Right, okay.
Just let you think about that for a while. Okay, we've got a lot of spell traps now. Okay, what are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? We will set another back row and pass back. Finding a way to out 22 is the new game plan. Now, my question is, why Whirlwind Prodigy? Was it just like the best card in the pack? Or like, do you have a wind monster you want to summon? Is it for the future?
So, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a little bit of a wind theme going on in the not really good monsters.
I haven't seen any wind support come out yet, though.
No, I've not drawn it. But I've got 3-4 cards that boost wind monsters.
Yeah.
And then when I had that, I felt like, well, I'd rather take the wind guys. Like, the 1500, I took this guy, so, like, there was nothing better. Like, the straight up was nothing better.
I mean, you're just going to get packs like that, aren't you?
Sometimes I remember having packs where I'm like, can I take 4 cards from this pack?
So,
and then others, I was like, what do I do?
So there's one card that I have that you haven't seen yet.
Uh-huh.
And when I opened it, I was very animated at the excitement of pulling it. But I never expected it to stay around for too long. And
yeah, you're going to Raigeki me?
No, I'm going to banish a light in a dark.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there we go.
We're even on the legendary sword map because we've got so many bloody warriors. I was like, it's actually worth it at this point.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Some of these cards are going to be worth it either way. Am I playing this? Guess we will. We'll set and pass.
Bro, your deck is nuts.
I think you've seen just about everything that's good in here.
You've seen my Change of Heart and my Jinzo, and that's basically all I've got.
Well, you will get to ban one of my cards, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, you've got a lot of them that I need to get rid of.
Alright, let's summon out Double Costin.
Yeah.
Go battle. We'll use it to slam into this.
Okay, this is fine for now.
Ooh, it's cretin.
Go on. What do you want to take?
Okay, I said
Yeah,
Blood
I bet you
Dragon.
do. Unfortunately, I mean, maybe I shouldn't have just played it, but it was quite literally my only monster playable in hand.
Yeah, it's definitely a tricky one.
Okay, so we've drawn that. Yeah, but now you've got the Sed back, so it's pretty much over.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Well, I guess I can show you one more card.
Garuda. Oh, he also got the Thestalos. Is that the only Monarch you pulled?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only one I pulled as well.
Could have attacked the double cost on, but you've got double back row, and I mean, I don't see myself getting out of this situation as it is.
Summon Mirage Dragon. Go to battle. Attack. Attack. Attack.
Well, it's nice to see you playing cards like double cost on, because now I'm like, oh, at least he has got not absolutely insane monsters in every slot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I had Charcoal and Patchy, and a bunch of 1800 attackers.
Yeah, but what I got Insect Knight, and this is my only guy above 1700.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I think I got a lot of 18s. See, the thing I was worried about originally was not having enough big defendy monsters. I was like, man, if Sam just comes in with just a crap ton of 2k defenders, I basically have to like tribute or use removal spells to get rid of them.
I think we might have both gone the same way. Oh, yeah, of course. Right.
Change your heart.
Okay, we've drawn a monster that we can use Rising Air Current with.
Okay. 2200. Now behold, Mirror Wall.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. You have outclassed me here.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, our decks seem a little bit. Like, I feel like rarity-wise, we're in the same ballpark, but I feel like power-wise, my deck is a lot stronger.
You've seen all of my. Like, I haven't pulled. I think there's one Ultra maybe that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not. It's an Ultra, but it's not a good like power card. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of really crap like Ultras.
Like, I pulled it and I was like, okay, like this is still the best in the pack, and it's a good monster. I pulled Amazoness Swordswoman.
Yeah, that has some.
And I was like,
play.
It's still a playable card, but it's not. It's no Ultra. You know, it's no Change of Heart, Raigeki, Dark Hole.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? A lot of those cards are from LOB. I think Change of Heart is Metal Raiders, or is it LOB? I don't remember.
Us.
But yeah, they're all kind of in those early sets, and then you know, as you start to get towards the later sets, you still find some powerful cards. But I think after around kind of IOC, they stop printing these like completely bonkers cards. Like you still get stuff like Monarchs at super rare slots, but like a lot of the Ultras past then are a bit weak, I think. So it's not too surprising.
I think it's not that the Ultras become weak. It's more that they tend to put more playable commons about. I feel like generic playables.
Oh yeah, I mean,
so they just don't feel as strong.
And that's the thing with a format like this, when so there's a lot of commons generally in a set, and when you only see between 7 and 8 per pack, and you only get to choose one, and you're only opening 4 packs per set, it becomes, you know, oh, did you get lucky and did you find all of the commons? So yeah, well, you're gonna have to think about a ban. Obviously you don't have to do that right now, but is there anything you've currently got your eye on which you're like, oh, that's probably target number 1?
I mean, I should probably consider Sed, but at the same time, I'm not. I don't think it's an absolute priority. The biggest threat about Sed is more that it's actually just a 3k beta.
Yeah.
Like, if you use its effect, you put us both in top deck mode, which in a this environment, any player can win.
But I do have a Sangan, so if I do find a Yatagarasu...
Yeah, alright, yeah, fair enough. Oh no, man, it's hard. I'll have to have a look. It might just be Imperial Order.
Yeah, I think Io is definitely one of the ones that probably has to go. Even though you have Jinzo, which is, you know, Io's like counterpart, I still feel like Jinzo is way easier to out, and because of that, and also traps aren't typically as prevalent as spells, which means Jinzo is just so much worse than Io. Obviously, a 2100 body is nothing to scuff at, but just a flip over, your cards don't work, and it's pre-errata IO as well, so I can choose to keep it around or not, makes it perhaps a little bit too strong, especially if you want to just play anything spell-oriented in the future, which even just generic beatdown decks are going to have a lot of spells.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that was a fun one, and thanks for playing, buddy. GG.
No worries.